Yep, this is the day.
It is.
This is the Tuesday.
Not just another day.
Nope.
This is the day.
The day.
It could be the day, but it's the day.
That's right. It is the day that you have today. So excited.
The day.
The day.
No, the day.
The day.
I get confused.
I know. But, you know, the thing is, they're watching at home and they're going, you know what? This is the day.
I think that we should say the, because there is a the, T-H-E-E.
Okay. So this is the day.
The day.
The day.
Yeah.
The and the, man, that's a hard one. That is. And is there a rule? I don't know.
I don't know. I think
not a grammologist.
both are acceptable.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Welcome.
Welcome. Absolutely. I like a good, definite article conversation.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. This is definitely not an article.
Definitely not an article. Definite articles.
All right. We got a great show planned today.
Absolutely.
Union leader is in the house, perusing the news a little bit.
Looking stacked.
Alice has got a raft.
Alice has a raft.
All right. Summer is definitely on,
It's on.
for Alice. And you got your denim jacket with the flare?
With all kinds of flair.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. It's
I'm ready, man.
Verse of the day is so good. Can't wait for that.
What if we were like, verse of the day, you know, it'll get better. It'll get, verse of the day, strong.
Well, I suppose it could be, something.
Something just obscure.
There's a verse in Acts that I used to, when I was doing student ministry, they would be like, oh, we need a verse for, the T-shirt. We need a verse for, this group picture, and so I had a verse I would go to. It's from Acts, and it's whatever the reference was, they just put it on. Nobody would read it, and it was, "I know you acted in ignorance, as did your leaders." Was the verse. That was my go-to.
Yes. Yes. There's the one that's no more sacred raisin cakes. In the Old Testament.
Is that in there?
Yeah, there's another one in the Old Testament, and people would always put that. It's no more sacred raisin cakes.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, we had enough of those.
We had enough of those.
We're out with the sacred
So at
raisin.
one point, the Israelites were just like, no more.
No more, that's it.
No more.
Had all we can stand. All right, so with all that just to say, you could go ahead and do a preemptive share.
Absolutely.
You're going to be compelled to share. We're letting you know that. They're right up front. I mean, no surprises here in that regard.
No.
You're going to be, so you might as well just go ahead and share the show now.
Right.
Clicking to share.
What other show has an inflatable wavy guy?
There's none.
There's no other show. I mean, you can't find this on the internet anywhere else. I mean, this is it.
This is the space.
This is the space.
This is the space for that.
All right.
Yeah,
so go ahead and share it.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
He's doing yoga. Cool.
Yoga.
So yeah, clicking to share, and you never know, it could change somebody's life.
That's right.
Yeah. There's so much out there being shared that is negative and destructive and honestly harmful. And we promise you that today will be constructive and encouraging and some fun. We'll laugh a little and hear some great news. We have some really cool stuff to share. So clicking to share could change somebody's life.
Oh,
I like that. All right. Yeah. So now we understand, right? Things are not like probably the way you dreamed they would be right now. They're different. It's not, the day that you planned or the day you would have drawn up, but it's the day you got, it's the summer you got. So we've just made a decision to say, all right, this is the day, and we want to experience life, whatever that looks like.
That's right.
And we want to encourage you to do that as well, and then share whatever life looks like. So we've decided and we've declared, summer is on.
It's on.
It's on.
That's right.
Absolutely, it's on.
Yep.
And so we want to know how summer is on for you. So please send us any pictures or videos to thisistheday@manchesterchristian.com. Don't think it's ridiculous or silly or not important. Anything.
Yeah.
You've had some interesting ideas.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, again, I really, if you can build a raft of some sorts, homemade rafts are. Homemade crafts are my favorite, and I think homemade rafts might be a second, So
well, rafts is in the word crafts.
Rafts is in the word crafts.
It's a part of it.
Make a sea raft.
You can't have a raft.
A raft in the shape of a sea, and it's your sea raft.
It's your sea raft. Yeah.
I love that. And again, make some crafts at home. I'd love some homemade crafts as well if people are making crafts at home.
Yeah.
Any kind of things with beads or pipe cleaners.
Yeah, you can ship those to 56 Old Bedford Road.
Absolutely.
Bedford, New Hampshire,
Care of Bo Chansey.
Through Chris.
No, absolutely. Hey, maybe you're getting fun with your footwear. Maybe some people are wearing some fun Crocs or sandals. I'd love to see those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Summer's on.
Summer's on.
Yeah. So we have an example. Yeah. Somebody's sharing how summer is on. This comes from Savannah.
Savannah.
All right. So this is a whole like mess of kids.
Yep.
At first, I thought it was like a giant and some little people.
Right.
But no, it turns out it's kids. It's a family.
Yep.
Right?
He's the older cousin.
Oldest cousin.
Oldest cousin,
I'm
you know.
And here they are they set up they've done a camping trip every year.
Yep.
But this year they couldn't go like they normally do, so they did it in the backyard.
Backyard camping.
Look at that bad boy.
Absolutely.
Looks fun.
Good times can be had.
Ah,
Come on, look how cute
so
that is.
adorable. This rock tastes terrible.
This rock isn't edible.
She's cutting her teeth.
Cutting teeth.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
summer is on. So instead of just going, well, we can't and we can't and we can't, what can you do?
That's right.
Yeah, and whatever you can do, go for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can. You can.
Yeah.
It's not can't, it's can.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So we want to know how summer is on for you. Send those in. This is the day at manchesterchristian.com. All right, so summer's on.
Maybe you've painted a basketball. Maybe you've taken a basketball and you've taken paints to it. And then you decide to make a three-point shot with your painted basketball. I want to see it. You know?
Your mind is very interesting.
I'm trying to think of what people can do, you know?
They've
got ideas.
You have
They're
your own
doing
ideas.
things.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, whatever you're up to, we want to see them.
Yep.
We want to share them.
Yep.
So with that in mind, what did you do last night?
Okay, so Bo, last night was a surprise. It was absolutely a surprise because there was an idea floated out there, let's eat outside. And I told you I got these neighbors that take the camping chairs and they just decide to squat right out there on the driveway.
Yep.
And I thought, you know what, let's do that. I like that. So the family, got a picture here. We ate dinner outside, threw the Frisbees around for a little bit. Delicious. Some friends had given us some cupcakes for National Cupcake Day yesterday. Yeah. And so we had that for dessert, and that was fun. And then we were sitting there, and I was talking to the fam, and I said, guys, I've built a raft for Alice. You know, I've been concerned about Alice, you know. And I said, I think it's time to go try this raft out.
Oh, I didn't know you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was just.
No, not just.
It's not just a prop?
No, I wanted her to have the full experience.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Alice went on a field trip.
Alice went on a field trip.
Summer is on for Alice.
Summer is on, and I've got a quick video that I took. Yes,
Okay.
Absolutely. Here's Alice's day off. Alice, well deserved. She needed a day off, you know?
Yes.
I mean, she worked so hard for the show.
I'm glad she's okay.
She's great.
I thought you had her strapped in there. That was
Yes,
safety first.
Yeah.
Safety first.
She did, Bo. She did fall in. So,
okay.
whatever's in that creek is in Alice now. So.
All right.
I don't know.
Oh my, that is glorious. I love that.
Yeah, so that was fun. And again, I love that my family did not ask questions. They said, absolutely, let's go. Let's make it happen. So it was good.
Oh,
It was fun.
That's good.
But, so that was kind of I'm trying to think if there was something. Oh, I did want to mention this. Words with Friends. Do you remember this app from
the app? Yeah.
many.
What was that? That's like 15 years ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
It has a resurgence.
Scrabble. Scrabble on your phone.
On your phone.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. And Kaylee actually, so this thing, it's got a resurgence in our family, and Kaylee and I are in some pretty dead heats with some Words with Friends. And just would like to say that we currently stand that I am the victor. I've been undefeated. We've played 2 games, but I've been undefeated. And feeling pretty good. And so, Kaylee, I don't know if you'll ever watch this, but come at me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, that kind of happened last night. So. Kaylee says it's cheating, though, because Words with Friends has a lot more prompts. Like, it'll tell you if it's not a word. She's like, that's not fair, you know?
No, it's not Scrabble. It's Words with Friends. So
Yeah.
that's the game you're playing.
Okay.
So it's not. It's the game. If you
That's
want to play
the game.
Scrabble, play Scrabble.
There you go.
But if you're gonna play Words with Friends, that's the game you're playing. Now,
I like that
you
argument.
said a lot of dumb things on This Is the Day. You said a lot of dumb things off camera. Out of all the dumb things you've done and said,
Yeah.
that may have been the dumbest.
That was probably.
What is?
Drew, by the way, she is watching the show right now.
Oh boy.
Kaylee,
Oh, boy.
I got your back, and I know that I appreciate you being gentle and kind to his fragile, frail ego. It's time to bring the noise.
She also said you should check your phone.
Oh.
She might have just won.
I'll do it after the show.
Why did I say anything? Why did I say anything?
That's what I'm saying.
Why didn't I just go to the next segment? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough. Bo, I need some good news here. What did you do last night?
I'm talking about it.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't. I will say this. You guys had some cupcakes
Yeah.
brought to you. Well, Ainsley, our youngest, decided she wanted to make some cupcakes yesterday. So the seamstress had some groceries delivered, which turned out just to be the things for cupcakes, which I thought was interesting. Like we couldn't add a little bit more in on that, but that's fine. And so she made some little cupcakes. I heard they were delicious. I did not partake, but I did hear they were delicious. And then we made a poor choice. You ever do that?
Oh, I've done it.
Make it just a.
I've done it.
So we have some good food to cook, and I was in the mood to cook. I was like, told Summer, I was like, I'll make dinner. Happy to do it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I like doing it. And she's like, well, if you don't want to, I could order Taco Bell. I was like, what? I was like, no, I'll cook. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Ace and I were watching a little NBA basketball, and a commercial came on for Taco Bell, and he's like, man, Dad, I want Taco Bell. And I was like, that's weird. Your mom just said that. So like 30 minutes later, I'm eating Taco Bell. You know?
Yeah.
Like, how'd that happen? Like, what?
I think that's pretty much everybody's experience with Taco Bell is like, it just kind of happens to you, you know? You never say, I'm going to have it. It's just like.
And I enjoy the bell. I'll make a run for the border. I'm not one of these people that's like, "Brr," you know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, hey, I'm down. I know what I'm getting into, but I didn't see that one coming.
I like too that it's like, and I don't know about the seamstress on this, but if I say I'm going to do something, and I give a moment of hesitation, I probably should not be saying dumb things. I give a moment of hesitation. Kaylee's like, okay, different plan. Like, you know, it's like, I'll cook dinner, you know? It's like, if you're not immediately in that kitchen, if this was me, it's like, well, he's not cooking dinner. I'm on.
Yeah, no, that wasn't where we were
no.
on that one.
Yep.
No. I think she just had a craving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we went for it.
You ran for the border. I made a poor choice.
Wasn't my fault. I mean, I think if I known, see, that's the thing. If you know ahead of time and you have some idea, I mean, I could have done some cardio yesterday.
Prepare for the.
You know, I work out so I
For
can
the
eat.
gordita crunch.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear that? I don't know if you heard the rain last night.
I did not hear it.
Yeah, I woke up at 3 a.m. Man, it was bombing some rain out there.
I saw the after effects,
Yeah.
but I didn't know. Yeah.
Good rain. We need it.
We need it.
Yeah.
We need it.
Okay.
I can't stand the rain.
All right. So yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
All right.
But what I do want to talk about is the verse of the day.
Verse of the day.
YouVersion Bible app gives us a verse of the day, and every day if you download the app, you'll get that on your phone, and you can read the verse of the day. I like to read the chapter it comes from, kind of pray through it, chew on it a little bit, wrestle with it. It gives you something to think about, discuss, something to pray through, and kind of wrestle with. So.
Did you know that sometimes people can take verses like out of context?
Have
you heard about that?
I've heard tell. Yeah. So we're doing we started a new series called Straight Out of Context.
That's right.
Where we're in our weekend services unpacking some commonly abused, misused scriptures, which is so funny because this weekend I actually saw videos of two different preachers doing something, And both of them use scriptures out of context that we're doing in this series in the way they're commonly used out of context. It's just like preacher speak. It comes out, and then it's like these things are like, yeah, that's not even true. I mean, that's not what that means, but then it's not even true. I mean, all right. But we're going to try to grab it in its context and contextualize it for our lives. So, YouVersion Bible app, verse of the day. 1 John chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "But if you walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, his son, purifies us from all sin." Okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's read that again. "But if you walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, his son, purifies us from all sin." All right, so I want to grab it in its context. Can I do that real fast?
Absolutely.
Because the verse of the day starts with a but. Yeah. So whenever you got a but there, you want to figure out what's the but doing there.
What's the but doing?
Yeah. Where'd the but come from? How'd the but get in there? So verse 7 is, "But if we walk in the light." So the verses before that is so we go back to verse 5. It says, "This is the message we have heard from him and declare to you: God is light.
Okay.
In him there is no darkness at all. If we claim to have fellowship with him, yet walk in darkness, we lie and do not live out the truth. But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, his son, purifies us from all sin."
Wow. Okay.
So you got it's the buts there to say, okay, if we walk in darkness, if we claim to have fellowship with God who is light, and in him there is no darkness, yet we are walking in darkness, well then we're stepping away from God and turning away from him. And what that does is that breaks relationships. It breaks our relationship with God and with one another.
Wow.
And so God is relational to the core, through and through. And his love connects us not only to him, but also to one another. So if we rely on his love and remain in him, and then we, like he is the vine, we're the branches, we remain in him, we're going to produce much fruit. That's that fellowship and that connectivity, not only with God, but also one another. But if we walk in the darkness, then it breaks those relationships.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the verb there, purifies us from all sin, you know? So like you're talking about this like connection being made whole again and being in right relationship with God and one another. There's through Jesus Christ and his sacrifice for our sin, we're able to have the purity and the purifying of those relationships again.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So good.
Ugh.
Yeah. So it's not just about, because I think sometimes we do this and we go, well, no, I'm all set with God. I mean, I hate my neighbor.
Oh.
Or I'm all set with God, I can't stand my spouse. I'm all set with God, my family are all jerks. I'm all set with God, you know, my boss is a moron. Whoa, there's a disconnect here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to say I'm all set with God, or God and I are good, or I've got a great relationship with God, and then you hate someone,
Yeah.
that's symptomatic of a problem. Or, you know, you hate lots of people, or
Right.
you have all these enemies, or you're being divisive. I mean, it's like, whoa, no, there's a break in here. He is light. In him there is no darkness. So he purifies us. He purges that darkness out of us, and then we remain in him and in his light. And then I love that it says then we have fellowship with one another.
Right. I'm all set with the image of God that I've crafted in my head.
Yeah.
I'm all set with that God.
Yeah.
The actual real, eternal, almighty God. I don't know. I mean, that's, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm in desperate need of him to purify me from all sin. All sin.
Absolutely.
Every sin. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, and then the next sentence would be like, you know, if we claim not to have sin. So I mean, it's like, so if right now you're going, well, I mean, it's like, you know, we're like calling God a liar.
Right.
Yeah, it's not good. He's not a liar. So, yeah.
That's a big verse.
Verse of the day.
Man.
Right there.
First John, almost every time I read it, I'm like, man, I could soak in this. This is like, whew, there's some big truth in that book.
Me too.
That's good.
I'm glad that you brought up the word purify. Yeah. Because I was really thinking about the relational piece there, which is important, but also to be pure, and if we are purified, we don't want to go get that tainted.
Right. Right, and that there's like a connection between those two thoughts. Like that, I hadn't seen that.
Isn't it interesting too that how much impurity will you tolerate? I thought
That's
about
it.
that, over the years. Like, if something is like, well, it's 99% pure, it's only 1% arsenic. Like,
It's just
no thanks.
like if you were to look at the thing, you're like, oh man, okay. Well, if I take this other stuff, maybe that'll save me from the arsenic.
99% water, 1% arsenic. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it for me.
Taking my chances. It's so delicious.
I'm gonna give that a hard no.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So anyway, the point there would be that the smallest impurity makes the greatest perfection completely impure.
That's right.
So something's either pure or it's not.
That's true.
So
That's right.
all impurity.
All of it.
Yeah. Takes care of it.
That's so good.
It was really good. All right, verse of the day. All right, now, in my closet, got the closet calendar, per the sumptuous decree, 1 page a day, sees the light of day. Today's calendar page, I don't, it's about white chalk.
I have an aversion. You know, you have an aversion to newsprint.
I do,
I have an
yeah.
aversion to chalk. I don't.
Like the feel?
Yeah, the feel of chalk.
All chalk.
All chalk.
Not
pretty
just
much.
white chalk.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't, yellow or pink chalk, that's even like, ugh.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's actually in favor of white chalk. So
Okay.
let's take a look. So it gives us like a tip for white chalk. It says,
Tuesday.
it says always keep some pieces of white chalk close to your laundry detergent. If you've got grease or oil stains in your clothes, chalk will help get them out. Rub some chalk on the stains and the chalk will absorb all of the grease. Wash the item of clothing like you normally would. Sprinkling a little cornstarch on the stain will have the same effect.
Okay.
I don't, seriously? Maybe like a stain stick or something?
Okay. Yeah. But it's saying that it'll actually lift the grease out and the oil out of the clothing, the chalk.
That's what
Wow.
is anybody doing this? Like, it's gonna be like, yes, I'm gonna keep a cup of chalk pieces next to the laundry detergent. Pre-treat my stains.
What if you were a mechanic? All right.
Okay.
You would get hazed in the
Where's
in the
your grease?
garage if you're just like, like every moment. hey
Can't
Tony.
let that set.
Tony, we got an oil change. Yeah, real quick. I got a stain on my coveralls here.
That would be tough.
That'd be tough.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We got a Tuesday tip though, because it's Tuesday. We're gonna be talking about those.
I don't know. Do you pre-treat anything?
Sometimes we got this OxyClean.
Uh-huh.
You know that stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a toothbrush down there in the OxyClean. If I feel like it's like, that is a little, that's on like a white shirt or something that looks a little dingy, I'll
Man, half the time I don't even separate anymore. I just dump it in. Throw a Tide Pod in that bad boy.
everything cold. Here we
I
go.
don't care. I'm fairly clean. I do have an update for everyone.
Yeah.
I'm back on the deodorant.
You're back on the, okay.
Everybody doesn't know this,
Right.
but 6 months without a pit swipe.
Man, and the thing is, I sit with you every day. I never smelled you.
Yeah,
well.
you get up in there, particularly take a jean jacket off and post-show.
Post-show jean jacket.
If I was a little tired, I just, all right. Yeah, so I did 6 months without a pit swipe.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't do a lot of sweating anyway, but so I'm back on because I opened the drawer the other day, to brush my teeth, and my deodorant was still sitting there, and it had a little note on it, a little sticky from the seamstress.
Okay.
With a fairly well worded, strong suggestion that we do a little pit swipe. So I'm back in.
I thought it was gonna be from the perspective of the deodorant.
Yeah, use me.
That's like, hey,
Miss you.
I'm here if you need me.
It's been a long time.
Been a long time.
Yeah, no, it was quite a bit on a sticky note. I told her, I was like, okay, well played, and message received, and I'm back in. No problems at all. I'm like, you could have just wrote use me. And that would have, I'd been like, okay, yeah, that's good.
I understand that you have taken some time away from the deodorant.
It was like, it's
but
time.
Bo, my love, it is time for
It is
you
time.
to engage further in.
Yeah, it was sweet. I should have kept it.
Yeah.
It means so much. Yeah.
That's a tip right there, is the sticky note. Leaving sticky notes around for people in your family. That's whenever I get one in my car or it's always just like, thank you.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
I
it.
do. I do too. I'm not sure it's for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do. I do like that. Okay. All right. Speaking of calendars, in our kitchen, we have a calendar.
That's right.
That's on our fridge that gives us a national day to celebrate.
Yep.
Every day. And yesterday you guys had some cupcakes. We had some cupcakes. We had cupcakes on the shows. National Cupcake Day.
Yep.
Seems like people really got into that one.
I like that one.
I like today's better.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about today's than I was yesterday. Today is National Fajitas Day.
Oh.
You gotta say that, Jay.
Oh, I do.
Fajitas.
I do enjoy this dish.
Fajitas.
Fajitas.
The sizzle.
Oh, the sizzle, man. When the kitchen door swings open and they've got that kettle and it's the whole restaurant. What? Did somebody order fajitas? It's so exciting. Oh, man. And then, some people, I've had friends recently, was at eating with some friends, and they said they didn't like it because it was too much work.
Oh yeah,
They
one
didn't like
making
to
your
order.
own.
Yeah, I like, I go to restaurants to
be served.
to be served.
I
I don't
want
want
to
to
be
do. I
served.
don't want to do all this work. I enjoy the work. I'm excited, man.
I like to
yeah.
control the ratios
Yes,
and then hold a little bit in reserve to whip it up and mix it all together and then get some chips in there.
And the variety that you can, every
Each
bite
one
can be different. Oh, it's
I
amazing.
know. I love.
Oh, man.
And I like the word sizzle.
It is exciting when somebody's like, when they come to the table and you're just like, I've had this where I'm just eating maybe like a flauta and I'm just like, should I got the fajitas?
Should've done it.
That's an exciting dish. Mine is bland and boring.
It is.
Yeah. Well, it also, I think you made this point about they'll say, careful, it's hot.
Yeah, they're required by law to warn you. Oh, this thing, like, hold on, my sinuses are a little, I'm gonna get some meat steam. Clear me right up.
This sizzling kettle is hot. Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you so
don't
much.
underestimate the meat steam.
The meat steam.
Got a cold, a little seasonal allergy.
Somebody grabs their napkin, puts it over. I'm gonna steam my face real quick. Oh yeah, I love a good meat steam.
I don't know why my skin's so oily, but love the meat steam, the sizzle.
Acne.
How about this one? You ever have anybody be like, you want to do the fajitas for two?
Fajitas for two?
No!
No way.
What is wrong with you? Get your own fajitas.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Then the whole time I'm like,
Whoa.
I think you can have some more green pepper, but I'm gonna need you to lay off the steak.
Yes.
You've had too many mushrooms.
Whoa. What are you
back.
doing there?
Get out of there.
Wow. I don't know if you've noticed, I've only made one. And you're going in for your third there.
Took all the guac.
No, you're right. It's not
No,
a, it's not a for two.
I'm not sharing fajitas with you.
You're exactly right.
Get your own.
Exactly right. And the thing is, with the fajitas, any type of meat, I'm in. Like,
yeah.
I've had shrimp fajitas before, and I'm like, what?
Fish.
Fish?
I've had the fish fajitas.
So good.
Delicious.
It's a great dish.
Give me all the meats.
Yeah. I love it. Do you think it was maybe this whole dish came because somebody was running a little late? Like they were like, talking to, hey, come on, we got to get this dish out there. It's like, okay, I'm not done, but I'm, and then somebody was like, oh, I like this. It's fun.
Actually, I think the origin of it was like high profit margin on fajitas, like in restaurants, like high profit margin. Out of all the foods they serve, that one's
Because there's barely anything on the kettle.
There's not much going on.
And then
there.
they're handing you tortillas.
Yeah, it's just...
okay. And a thing of guac.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
I get it. I know what's happening there, but I'm in.
I'm in. It's an experience.
Yeah. I like
and send the guy over to make the guacamole at the table. I'm just loving this whole thing. Yeah.
So if you want to head over to Nueve Vallarta,
Ooh.
yeah, Porto's closed on Tuesdays, just letting you know. If you're in the Manchester area, Nueve, the cart, La Carreta, that's pretty good too. But if you go to Nueve, let Jorge know.
Yeah.
Chancey sent you.
Just a chance he sent me.
Chances sent me.
And then they come over and they hand you a plate with one chip on it, and you're just like, Bo is a weird guy.
All right.
All right.
So yeah, get you some fajitas.
Fajitas.
Sizzle. All righty. It's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Monday, you know, we have a little.
Just another Monday. Yep.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesday,
What do we do?
we do tips.
Oh.
We've already given you a white chalk tip.
Yeah.
We've also already given you a great Mexican restaurant tip.
Mm-hmm.
But today I want to talk about back to school tips.
Okay.
Because you know it's that time. We're
Yeah.
getting there, and again, it's looking different for a lot of different families. So I want to give just some kind of general tips of like preparation, getting your kids ready for school.
Okay.
All right. So I got the notes on my phone. We're also going to share a link to a pretty cool article that I read about some tips. But the first one is, Kaylee and I agreed. This one is like super handy. A lot of times with kids, it's thinking about transitions, you know, helping them transition to the next thing. So this first one is set your kids' sleep schedules back to school time 2 weeks before the first day of school. So the idea is you want to help them if you've had like summer schedule and they've kind of they wake up later. A lot of times if you just do that quick, all right, it's school time, and you do that hard transition, you're just setting yourself up for some deep failure. So what do you think about that, Bo?
I kind of enjoy the deep failure.
Deep.
It's like, it's part of being a kid, it's part of being a parent.
Let's deal with this.
Let's put that off as long as we can.
Yes.
All right? Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
That's me. I'm a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
But no,
man.
I'm not. You know, you do you.
Yeah. I mean, for 2 weeks prior to a lot of different things, our kids are getting up and they're like, what, why? And it's like, well, it's going to pay off. And like, when we do like, when the time changes, you got to factor that in too. Get ready for that time change. It'll bite you.
Okay.
All right. The next one is discuss what your kids can expect on the first day of school so they feel prepared. So kind of talk through kind of what the day may look like, helping them kind of visualize what that first day is going to look like. Maybe if you can do a tour, if you're actually going to a physical school, or if it's remote learning, like you're showing them the computer, you're kind of being able to kind of give them so that on that first day, it's not just like a lot of anxiety and tension because they're just like the first experience they've ever had with it. So there's that one. Next one, talk openly with your kids about their feelings returning to school and be ready to answer any questions. So allowing space at the dinner table or allowing space kind of as you're on a walk to say, how you feeling about school this year, bud? Like, are you excited about your teacher? What are you expecting to learn this year? Just kind of openly have that conversation. And this is the last one I'll kind of share from this article that we'll give is, because the article is like 101 things, but I just picked out 4. Refresh your rules about screen time for the school year. What's allowed and when. So it's a kind of a transition of summer to school, and a big thing with parents these days is screen time. Setting your boundaries around what happens in front of a screen, because there's so many options now. iPads and phones and TVs, it's like we need to set some boundaries. When are you allowed to watch screen and where, and you know. So just kind of transitioning from summer to school, could be some different rules on that. So refresh your kids on what the rules look like in your home. So some tips for back to school.
Basically do some communication work.
Do some communication work, helping in the transition from summer to school. And get ahead on that, you know, before school. If you're a couple weeks out, let's get ahead and do that work.
We've been having those conversations. I got one going to college.
College.
Be a sophomore at Keene, and you know, living in a dorm, getting ready to move in there next week, and you know, my conversations are
A little different.
listen, okay, listen. There's gonna be a lot going on, okay. I don't.
So I want to talk to you about screen time.
It's like,
Just
okay.
Watch as much screen as you want, but just don't drink anything out of a cup that you didn't pour. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's. No, you know who you are, and
Yeah.
But it's the same kind of tip, though. I mean, that was kind of my point is,
Yeah.
you know, and really in any transitional period, I mean, the idea is that you're communicating and communicating appropriately and listening and sharing, you know, what that child needs for
Yeah.
that time and phase of life.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's different this year, and so I think increased communication is probably important.
For sure, for sure. Because, I mean, I don't know if you've ever had this experience where you've had technology not do exactly what you thought it was going to do, and ever had frustrations when you're trying to do like a Zoom call, you're expected to be in class, and you're like, I don't know what's happening. I
Yeah.
can't see my teacher, and they can't hear me, and you know, so helping kids kind of walk through that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, challenges.
challenges.
But with challenges are great opportunities, and so
Yep.
I think if we understand that, I mean, this is the season to make some really foundational core memories that you know, and some really cool life lessons that will produce a lot of character in our children and grandchildren, and so you know, as opposed to being like kind of down about that or afraid or nervous, I think rise up, let's
Yep.
go,
Yep.
game on, you know, get after it,
Yep,
pour into those kids.
I love that.
Yeah, they'll do great. They'll do great.
The core memories are like the blue ones, right?
I don't know what that. Oh, we're talking about the movie? Why do I know these things? Okay.
Yep, sorry. They're not always blue, because sometimes sadness gets in there, and it changes the color.
Yep.
Joy and sadness.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. We do have some, speaking of joy,
Yeah.
some really good news. We
Really
love to
good news.
share good news. And
Oh,
one of our
man.
favorite good news things to share are baptisms.
That's right.
People are taking steps of faith in their relationship with Jesus and going all in, saying, I'm no longer living for me. You know, my life now belongs to God, and I'm going to follow him. And, you know, experiencing the love of God from the top of the head to the bottom of your feet, you know, being, you know, raised to new life and in Jesus, and getting to experience that not only with your heart and this connection with God and this love relationship with him, and your mind, and this kind of renewing, changing, transforming of the mind, understanding him, but also with your whole body. And so really the whole self, being able to experience God in baptism. So we have a couple of baptisms from our Concord campus.
That's right.
So Mikey and his dad
Yep.
were baptized, and so this would be the dad.
Yeah, this is Michael Cunningham.
Michael, okay.
Yep.
Yep, and that he's hugging John Rose there,
Yep.
our Concord campus pastor.
Yep. And
Here's the son.
son Mikey.
Yeah, being baptized. And I think we have a video, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's watch this. Yeah,
That's awesome.
love that. Yes.
Yes.
Good news.
That's so good.
Yeah, and maybe you know, you're thinking about your next step of faith. It might be baptism. If it's baptism, if you've never done that, you never experienced that. Maybe you the only thing you may have ever experienced was being sprinkled. I mean, that's great, and that could be an important part of your journey with God. But He also has this for you as well, and He invites you to experience that. And if you've never done that, we would love to help facilitate that. So you can type something in the chat right now, or send us an email at thisistheday@manchesterchristian.com, and we'll follow up with you and talk about next steps. Or if you have another next step, or you're interested in what this means and who Jesus is, and we would love to connect with you.
That's right. That's right. I love how you say from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, like this whole immersed experience of finding new life. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold anything back.
No.
I'm going all in.
Yep.
I'm going all in. And you know, if you're curious about that, I mean, there's two primary reasons to be baptized. You ready?
Okay.
Jesus did it, and He told us to do it.
There it is.
I mean, enough said.
There it
Like
is.
this,
Let's do it.
like, I mean, really, that's enough. I mean, He did it. That's what He did, and He told us to do it. And so, if we're followers of Jesus, then let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with Michael and Mikey, you know, Jesus is there. He's baptized, and as he comes out, this is my son. God's saying this. This is my son, with whom I'm well pleased. And I know that same phrase is said to you, Michael and Mikey. These are my sons.
Yeah. Thanks for
with
letting
whom
us share that.
I'm well pleased.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah. So good
Yeah.
to get to share that.
Yep.
That was some good news.
Good news.
Now, in other news,
In other news,
we have a
Union Leader.
union leader,
Premier paper from New Hampshire.
paper of the people.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Right here, small prayer.
Sure.
Okay. Dear Lord, thank you for the gift of laughter, giving us your sunny side of life. Amen.
Amen. Dear God, thank you for laughter, giving us
Your
sunny side of life.
Your sunny side of life.
Just so you know, like the Union Leader,
Yeah.
front page,
Yeah.
right corner, bottom corner,
Yeah.
has a small prayer every day.
Yep. Yep. I've never said the phrase sunny side of life.
Never?
I mean, there's like a song, right?
Probably.
Always
Yeah,
look
I've
on-
heard some. I don't know.
I
what
don't
they-
know. I don't know.
Yeah, sunny side.
The chuckle's actually pretty decent today.
All right, bring on the
All
chuckle.
right. It says parent, someone who no longer has any theories about child rearing. Isn't that true? I love people who have no kids. They have all the theories.
Oh boy.
When you get one, though, man, it's a loose cannon.
Well, I know that's where, like, you know, like if you said, you know, my kids are all out of elementary school now, and if you're like, you got some tips? I'm like, like, just shove them in. Like,
No.
I mean, my parenting style is more like, you know, if
Hang
they're
on.
standing next to a pool, just walk by. Good luck.
Yeah, I got one tip for you. Hang on. Hang
Buckle up,
buckle
buttercup.
Oh, man.
Have fun. That's my tip for you.
That's
Enjoy
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kids
No,
are
a
awesome.
lot of really cool different things about. It's a buffet, but don't expect to serve yourself at the new Golden Corral. So,
Okay.
I never thought about this in this kind of day and age as far as buffets go. Are you a big fan of the buffets?
I'm not anti-buffet.
Yeah.
Again, I make poor choices.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. You know, like the salad bars too. You know, overdo it.
Yeah.
I don't know when to stop. I mean, it's not just in the mere consumption, but it's like there's options, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try this concoction.
Let's do this.
And some of this, and yeah, and then I'm like, yeah.
Bo, there is in Indiana, there's an Amish buffet that I think about probably 3 times a month. And I'm like Googling how far this Amish buffet is from New Hampshire, and I'm like,
That might be a
I don't know. It's so good. Oh, it's so good.
Maybe a little road
Maybe a
trip.
little road trip to
We need a
Indiana.
This Is the Day van. It'd be like, have you ever seen American Pickers?
Yes.
We do it, you and me, just going to buffets.
Buffets. We're calling back in the office.
We're gonna need a new buffet.
You got to put more money on the card. These buffets are getting more expensive. It's funny. Oh, man. I love all of this news from the Granite State of, like, teens winning these awards. It's so cool. Like, this 14-year-old girl named Sophia won, she was a finalist in the Doodle For Google contest.
Okay.
So you kind of doodle something, send it into Google, and eventually might make it into their homepage.
So she's a finalist.
She's a finalist.
She's in the running.
She's in the running.
Let's go.
So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool doodle. Love that.
Yeah.
Such good news, man.
Doodle for Google.
Then there was something that I was confused about. It was another article. I think it's in this one, actually.
Not an article.
Oh, okay. It's, again, about child rearing and it being a circus, the family circus. Okay, we're safe and sound back at home. This is good news. Okay, we are back home. They've been on vacation for what seems like 4 years, but they're back at the home. But they're outside. They're in the looking at the window. Whole family gathered together. It's raining.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're in a tent.
Is that a tent?
They're still camping.
No.
They are not home.
That's not home. They're in a tent.
No, they got a radio sitting there.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh
okay.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're already off on
I'm
that.
so off.
Yeah. Dad hadn't shaved.
Dad isn't shaved.
It's
You're
looking
right.
rough, yeah.
We're looking in the tent. That's why the family's all gathered together. Okay. Daughter clutching sunscreen. One good thing, Mommy. We're sure saving a lot on sunscreen. We're sure saving a lot on sunscreen. Trying to find the sunny side of life there that's not there because of the clouds. Listen, at this moment, I think all of the other children have learned the lesson. Let's quiet down. Dad is despondent. Look at Dad. He's down. He is down, and you've got a lot of kids to entertain. He knows there's a lot of Uno about to happen. He's not necessarily looking forward to all that. I just think at this moment she probably should learn quiet is your best measure here.
That's your takeaway?
That's my takeaway. I thought they were at home. I'm lost. I'm so confused.
No, man.
They're in the tent.
They're out.
They're still homeless.
Out and about.
This family is still.
No, they're camping.
okay.
They're doing the nice. Summer's on for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She actually makes a good point here, though, because sunscreen,
It's expensive.
it's expensive.
It does. It costs.
And man, they try to get you on the non-chemical stuff. They jack that price up. You're like,
Yeah, Ace gets mad at me. We go play golf, and I'm like, I'm going in the bathroom. He's like, what for? I'm like, I'm gonna put sunscreen on. He's like, I got some in my bag. I'm like, boy, there's sunscreen in there.
but yeah, it's available.
I'm using that. Save yours.
Save yours.
Okay, I know how much that costs. You get in here.
You get the wildy sprays, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. Let's go get that lotion and
Yeah, get it.
I'm like pasty white.
Apply.
Yeah.
Yes. More good news, Bo.
Okay.
It's never too late. This is the lesson for today. It's never too late. 103-year-old Michigan woman crosses an item off her bucket list, a tattoo. She had always wanted a frog tattoo. So she was driving, I believe, with her son, and she said, I'm doing it today. She just went and did it. Got her frog tattoo.
No regrets.
No regrets. That's amazing. Okay, editor's note. It was her grandson.
Her
Grandson's girlfriend
What?
is who she was riding with. I'm sorry, I said son. It was grandson's girlfriend.
Her step neighbor's cousin? What?
I didn't want to be misquoting this story.
Yeah,
but
please don't.
103?
Have a little integrity in
Never
there.
too late.
Okay, time for a little Everyday with Jesus.
Every day.
Daily devotion, 140 characters or less. Our thought for today says, holding on to anger will impact every relationship you have. Anger is impossible to direct. It will overflow into every avenue of your life. And then the verse is Ephesians 4:26 and 27. In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you're still angry. And do not give the devil a foothold. I mean, there's quite a bit there. I remember writing that and really thinking through that, the first time. This was, 15, 20 years ago. And, just the idea that I think we all think, I can handle anger. I've got it under control. And we think, well, I'm not angry at everyone. I'm just angry at, this person. But it bleeds. Anger it bleeds, it seeps and moves into every relationship and starts to twinge all of them and harms every relationship. And we're just not capable of handling that. And so in your anger, do not sin. And then do not let the sun go down while you're still angry. Don't give the devil a foothold, like a place in your life where he's got leverage. And holding on to anger, maintaining anger, feeding anger, letting it fester, all those things. I mean, it doesn't mean that everything has to be resolved in the same day. It just means you can resolve not to remain angry. And I like that. I think we're empowered to do that.
What about letting the sun go down while I'm deeply annoyed? Is that okay?
No, that's right. I think we're all annoyed. I mean, because I think that gets misapplied sometimes, like in the marriage relationship. To we got that advice, at our wedding, never go to bed angry, and man, we would have never slept. I mean, it's like. Sometimes what you need is a nap. Wake up the next morning. Okay, let's. Summer and I got into a pattern of going when we were disagreeing. We would say, okay, not now. Now we're not. I'm tired. You're tired, or this isn't the right moment. But let's not just push it aside or blow it off. Let's set a time. We're going to talk about this tomorrow, at breakfast, or we're going to talk about this tomorrow at 3 p.m. We'd set a time. And then oftentimes we come back to it and go, no, I'm good, or you were right, or it's really not an issue at all anymore. But just resolving in our own hearts not to be angry at one another, but doesn't mean we still need to come back and talk about what the issue is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you have to work it out like that night.
Right away.
Or that day, get it figured out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a process.
Yep. I think it's good to think about with that verse, like giving the devil a foothold, thinking about, I feel like devil would be like that free solo guy, he's good. Even the tiniest little crack, and he can get that toe in there and get that. So it's like being assertive in where am I angry? Like where could this possibly fester from annoyance into maybe even a deep anger towards this person and resolve that quickly?
Yeah, and if there's things that are feeding it,
right.
you can disconnect from some of those things. Like, I was following somebody on Twitter, on social media, and I use Twitter to read the news. Is primarily what I use that for. But I was following somebody, and I found that every time I would see tweets from this person, like it was feeding and fueling some anger in me, and I was like, okay, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I unfollowed that, and not to like, the person didn't know me or whatever. So it's just like I don't need that, and because I don't need that fueled like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Foothold. It'll give it.
Yeah, because then I'm like reading this and being all worked up, and now it's impacting all my conversations with everybody else. It's silly.
That's a good word.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of anger out there that we think we have under control that's just spilling over into everything. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
I know mine is.
Yep.
All right, play a little Trivial Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit.
Okay.
Yes.
40th anniversary edition of the classic game, Trivial Pursuit. 6 questions. We wanted you to give 6 answers. Play along. Come on. Be a contributor. If you get all 6 right, congratulatory fun dip in the mail.
That's right.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
All right.
All right. Blue.
Blue, geography.
All right. In which city would you find an airport named after a U.S. president and first lady?
President and First Lady.
President and first lady.
Okay, so U.S. city. Airport named after a president and first lady.
Okay.
So I gotta name the city, not the president.
The city.
Yeah. I'm gonna go, I don't know. I feel like that would be newer. My answer is Houston.
They wanted Little Rock, Arkansas
Oh.
for Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport.
Yeah, all right.
I've never flown into Little Rock.
I've been to Little Rock
Yeah.
a few times, yeah.
Pink.
Pink, entertainment.
Okay. Which movie sequel challenged viewers to decide the fate of a character with a Twitter vote? You decide if #April lives or #April dies. Which movie sequel challenged viewers to decide the fate of a character with a Twitter vote?
Okay.
And it's a sequel.
All right. I have no idea. Final Destination 2. I don't know.
Nope, they wanted Sharknado 3.
Oh my goodness.
Sharknado 3.
Sharknado. They made 3 of those?
I never even saw one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yellow.
Yellow history.
Okay. In 1970, which U.S. president founded the Environmental Protection Agency? 1970, U.S. president founded the Environmental Protection Agency.
So I gotta say who was president in 1970?
Basically,
That would be Nixon.
Richard Nixon is correct.
Richard Milhouse.
Richard Milhouse. We've learned that on the show. All right. Purple.
Purple is art and literature.
Okay. Which religious leader received an advance of over $8 million from Nof Publishing for his book, Crossing the Threshold of Hope?
Religious
leader received an advance of over $8 million from, and it's KNOPF Publishing.
Yeah.
Nof?
No, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
For his book, Crossing the Threshold of Hope.
Okay, so I've got, guessing between 2. Crossing the Threshold of Hope. I'm gonna say the Dalai Lama.
They were looking for Pope,
Pope.
John Paul II.
Knew it was a
Yeah.
Pope. I was pretty sure it was I just didn't want to have to come up with a name of
The
the
name.
Pope. The Pope.
The Pope. Green.
Green. John Paul II was who it was, right?
Yep.
Okay. Science and nature.
John Paul II. Which famous inventor electrocuted an elephant as part of a series of demonstrations to discredit alternating current. Electricity?
All right, so
Famous inventor electrocuted an elephant. Whoa.
it's either,
This is before PETA.
I would assume it's either Edison or Tesla. I will say Edison.
Edison is correct.
Okay.
And the card says, his grisly stunts didn't prove his point, and AC is what we use today. So, okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Orange.
Orange, sports and leisure.
Which Super Bowl MVP was once drafted as a catcher by the Montreal Expos?
Super Bowl
MVP
was a catch.
was once drafted as a catcher by the Montreal Expos.
This feels like a quarterback. And let's see, who was playing some baseball? I'm gonna say, I don't know the answer to this. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is correct. Tom Brady is correct. Absolutely.
They would have never forgiven me if I hadn't gotten that right.
Oh man, I did not know that about Tom Brady. I didn't know that.
Yeah, basically Tom Brady's the answer to every question. Would be the answer.
See, I just read this as Cam Newton. I don't know. Miss this? No.
Nope.
Nope. Tom Brady. All right.
All right. So if you got all 6 right, we want to know about it, and we want to send you a congratulatory fun dip in the mail.
That's right. Bo.
Yes, sir.
It is time for Sermon Remix.
Let's do it.
And so, yeah, we know in all things God is working for the good of those who love him and who have been called according to his purposes. It's just not going to look a little different than what we expected. So here's the truth. When we think about good and bad, the first thing is I would say, okay, bad things do happen to good people. Kind of the great question that a lot of us wrestle with. Well, why do bad things happen to good people? Well, all right. First of all, our understanding of bad, I mean, here's a relative term. We might think something's bad when really it's good. I think we can probably begin to go, yeah, that's true. I don't always understand the situation or the dynamic that I'm in. I mean, you could get pulled over by a police officer, for instance, because you were speeding. Well, that's a bad thing. But then you're more cautious and it prevents you from being in an accident or causing harm to somebody else. So that's a good thing. You know, and then in the sense of, okay, to good people, well then, who are the good people? Well, I'm the, that's what our kind of usual, well, I'm the good people, and the people I like and, you know, think like me and do the things I want them to do, they're good people. But the reality is we're all imperfect people. We've all fallen short of the glory of God. We've all missed the mark. All of us have sinned and rebelled against God and gone our own way, and that own way causes damage and harm. And so the reality is, the truth is, bad things do happen to good people, but then, you know, what does that even look like, and what's God really up to? Next, God is always good, though. So whatever God is doing, it is good because God is good. Our God is the God of love. He is love. So every word, every thought, every action of God is love. All right, next, God is always working. So from the beginning of time to now, God is working and moving. He's drawing people to himself. His ultimate desire is not that we would build some kind of kingdom on this earth that for ourselves, because it doesn't last. He's got eternity in mind for us because he's an eternal God, and he is always working for all of eternity. And then God always has a plan.
Man, there have been many times in my life where like that phrase comes up to me and it's like, what, like, how can God allow these things? Or, you know, that is a big boulder for a lot of people to move. And so I think this sermon brought a lot of clarity on exactly what this text means and what it means that he is a good God.
I know.
You know?
I know. Yeah, and that we don't, I know, I don't understand good, you know, like even in, you know, thinking about death and things like that. I mean, if that's like the worst thing that can happen is death, that's not a bad thing for God. He's like, no, I've got you, and I have a room in my house and a seat at my table and a place for you in my eternal kingdom, you know. And he also understands that, you know, what we experience and feel in that, because Jesus has done that for us. And but it's not bad. Yeah. But that's like the worst. Does that make?
Yeah.
So we have a really hard time even I think being able to process and understand the things that we're experiencing. And so to trust God in that and go, okay, wait a minute, he's good.
Yep.
He has a plan. I'm his.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And just how good he is when we are in those moments to carry us through those. Like, I mean, he's the one that's the good shepherd alongside when I am going through those difficult times to carry me through. So
Yeah.
he's good.
Yeah, we're walking with him.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
So good.
Sweet.
Hey, update. I just lost a game.
361, 358.
To Words with Friends. I lost the game. So yeah, I have been defeated.
Not the champ.
I'm humbled.
You are
Humbled
not the
today.
champ.
Not the champ.
Nope. Good job, Kaylee. All right, this is the day where Drew is not the champ.
That's right. That's right.
But we'll catch you tomorrow.
All right.